Welcome, dear viewers, to a journey back in time, to the land of pyramids and pharaohs. A land shrouded in mystery and intrigue, where the sands whisper tales of power, ambition, and architectural marvels that stand the test of time. Today, we turn our gaze towards one such marvel, the Great Pyramid of Giza, and the enigmatic pharaoh behind its creation. A ruler whose reign echoes through the annals of history, leaving behind a legacy that continues to mystify us even today. Stay with us as we unravel the secrets of the pyramid mastermind, Pharaoh Khufu. Have you ever wondered who built the Great Pyramid of Giza, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world? The enigma behind this architectural marvel leads us to Pharaoh Khufu, a ruler from the 4th dynasty of the Old Kingdom of Egypt. His reign, shrouded in mystery, left behind a legacy that has intrigued historians for centuries. So who was this enigmatic pharaoh, and what secrets does his pyramid hold? Dive with us into the sands of time as we explore the life and legacy of Pharaoh Khufu. Khufu, also known by his Greek name Cheops, ascended the throne around 2589 BC. Born during a period of immense cultural and political growth, Khufu was the 2nd pharaoh of the 4th dynasty, following in the footsteps of his father, Pharaoh Sneferu. From a young age, Khufu was groomed for leadership. He was trained in the arts of governance, warfare, and diplomacy, essential skills for any ruler of the time. His upbringing was a blend of tradition and innovation, fostering a mind that was both respectful of the past and eager for the future. When Khufu took the throne, Egypt was enjoying a period of prosperity and stability. Trade was flourishing, the coffers were full, and the nation was at peace. But Khufu was not content with maintaining the status quo. He saw potential for greatness, for a legacy that would echo through the ages. His reign was marked by a strong central administration, efficient tax collection, and a well-maintained military. He strengthened ties with neighboring kingdoms, ensuring peace and fostering trade. His policies allowed for a steady flow of resources into Egypt, setting the stage for the monumental construction projects that would come to define his rule. Khufu's reign was a golden era in Egyptian history. His rule set the foundation for the prosperity and stability that would continue for centuries. With the power and resources at his disposal, Khufu embarked on a project that would immortalize his name in history. The Great Pyramid of Giza, an architectural marvel that has stood the test of time. This colossal structure, rising majestically against the backdrop of the Egyptian desert, is a testament to human ingenuity and a symbol of the ancient world's architectural prowess. The Great Pyramid was built during the reign of Pharaoh Khufu, the 2nd pharaoh of the 4th dynasty, and its construction is a feat that continues to baffle historians and engineers alike. The pyramid, the largest of the 3 pyramids in Giza, stands tall at a staggering 481 feet. It was the tallest man-made structure in the world for over 3,800 years, a record that remained unchallenged until the completion of the Lincoln Cathedral in England in the 14th century. The materials used in the pyramid's construction were primarily limestone and granite, some of which were transported from as far away as Aswan, located more than 500 miles south of Giza. It's estimated that over 2.5 million blocks of stone, each weighing an average of 2.5 tons, were used in the construction of this monumental edifice. The workforce was immense, numbering in the tens of thousands. These laborers were not slaves, as was once believed, but rather well-fed and cared-for Egyptian workers. They toiled under the scorching desert sun, driven by a shared vision of creating a monument that would outlive them and their pharaoh. The techniques used in the pyramid's construction remain a mystery. It is believed that the Egyptians employed innovative methods, including the use of complex pulley systems and a possible waterway to transport the massive stones. Yet, despite our best efforts to unravel the secrets of its construction, the Great Pyramid continues to guard its mysteries. The purpose and design of the pyramid, too, are shrouded in mystery. Was it a tomb for the pharaoh, a solar temple, or perhaps a celestial observatory? While the debate continues, one thing remains certain. The Great Pyramid, a testament to Khufu's ambition and Egypt's architectural prowess, continues to astound us to this day. But what remains of Khufu beyond his colossal pyramid, you might wonder? Well, Khufu's death represented not an end, but a transition into the afterlife, a deeply held belief of the ancient Egyptians. His body was carefully mummified and laid to rest within the heart of his Great Pyramid, a burial fit for a pharaoh designed to secure his journey to the realm of the gods. Curiously, despite his monumental legacy, there's a surprising dearth of information about Khufu's personal life. Much of his story is shrouded in the mists of time, with only fragments of his life's tapestry surviving to this day. Yet the quest for knowledge never ceases. Archaeologists continue to delve into the sands of Giza, striving to uncover more about this enigmatic ruler. Though much of Khufu's life remains a mystery, his legacy lives on in the form of the Great Pyramid, a timeless symbol of ancient Egypt's grandeur. Did you know that Ramses II, one of the most influential pharaohs of ancient Egypt, lived to be around 90 years old? Born around 1300 BC, Ramses II was the son of Seti I. His birth came during a period of relative stability and prosperity in Egypt, but also amidst political tension and power struggles. The royal lineage of Ramses II was an essential factor in shaping his future. Born into a world of immense power and responsibility, Ramses II was destined for greatness. At the tender age of 14, Ramses II was named co-regent by his father Seti I. This was no mere ceremonial title. Young Ramses was thrust into the world of governance, sharing the burden of leadership with his father. He was learning the ropes of ruling, experiencing firsthand the complexities of managing an empire. When Seti I fell ill, Ramses's responsibilities grew. He was no longer just a co-regent, but a king in waiting. Seti's death was a turning point for Ramses. Grief-stricken, yet determined, he stepped forward to fulfill his destiny as pharaoh. The weight of expectation was heavy, but Ramses was prepared. He had learned from his father, absorbing wisdom and knowledge that would guide him in the challenging days ahead. With the passing of his father, Ramses II assumed the mantle of pharaoh, ready to mark his name in the annals of history. Ramses II did not just sit on the throne, he transformed Egypt during his reign. A ruler of immense ambition, Ramses II embarked on a series of military campaigns to expand Egypt's borders and secure its prosperity. His most famous military exploit was the Battle of Kadesh, where he led an army against the Hittites, one of Egypt's main rivals. Despite being ambushed, Ramses II displayed exceptional leadership and tactical acumen, turning a near defeat into a stalemate. This battle was so significant that it was immortalized in carvings and writings on temple walls, making it one of the earliest recorded military conflicts in history. Beyond his military exploits, Ramses II was an ardent patron of the arts and architecture. He commissioned grand structures like the Ramesseum, a magnificent mortuary temple, and the awe-inspiring Abu Simbel temples carved straight from the mountainside. These colossal edifices, adorned with intricate carvings and hieroglyphs, were not just displays of wealth and power, but also served as testament to the pharaoh's divine status. Ramses II also played a crucial role in the cultural development of Egypt. He presided over a period of artistic and intellectual renaissance, fostering the creation of timeless literary works like The Tale of Sinuhe and The Instruction of Amenemhat. Under his patronage, scribes and scholars thrived, contributing significantly to the rich tapestry of ancient Egyptian literature. His reign saw a revival of traditional Egyptian religious practices too. Ramses II was a devout follower of Amun, the king of the gods, and he made significant contributions to the cult of Amun, reinforcing its role as the state religion. His dedication to the gods was not just a personal belief, but also a political strategy, as it helped consolidate his power and legitimize his rule. Ramses II's reign, spanning nearly 7 decades, left an indelible mark on Egypt, earning him the title Ramses the Great. His legacy, marked by military prowess, architectural grandeur, and cultural richness, continues to echo across the sands of time, reminding us of a bygone era when Egypt was the center of the world. Even thousands of years after his death, Ramses II's legacy continues to impact our understanding of ancient Egypt. The mummified body of Ramses II, discovered in the late 19th century, provides tangible evidence of a ruler who has become almost mythical. His well-preserved body allows us to glimpse into the physicality of a pharaoh, making him feel less like a figment of historical texts and more like a real person who once walked the earth. Ramses II's architectural feats are another crucial part of his legacy. The temples he built, such as the Abu Simbel and the Ramesseum, stand as a testament to his ambition and the grandeur of his reign. These edifices are not just bricks and mortar, they are historical narratives etched in stone, offering us a window into the world of ancient Egypt. But perhaps the most enduring part of Ramses II's legacy lies in the stories and myths that surround his reign. These tales, passed down through generations, paint a picture of a ruler who was both a warrior and a diplomat, a builder and a patron of the arts. They humanized the pharaoh, making him more than just a historical figure, but a character in the rich tapestry of human history. Ramses II's legacy, enshrined in stone and myth, continues to captivate us, a testament to the enduring power of his reign. Imagine, you're an archaeologist and you stumble upon a tomb that's been untouched for over 3,000 years. That's exactly what happened with the discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb. The tale of Tutankhamun, the boy king of Egypt, is one shrouded in intrigue and mystery. An unexpected monarch ascending the throne at a tender age, his reign was as enigmatic as his sudden demise. But what truly sets Tutankhamun apart from other pharaohs is the fact that his tomb was discovered nearly intact. A rarity indeed considering the rampant tomb raiding in ancient Egypt. His tomb, a time capsule, provided a glimpse into the opulent life and times of the New Kingdom era. Can you fathom the wealth of artifacts, the gold, the jewels, and the meticulously crafted funerary items that were preserved for over 3 millennia? So who was this boy king, and how did he come to rule one of the most powerful civilizations in history? Tutankhamun was born in a time of great change in Egypt. His father, Akhenaten, had upended centuries of religious tradition. In the midst of this upheaval, a prince was born. His father's radical shift from polytheism to monotheism shaped the young prince's early years, molding him into a figure of resilience and adaptability. Akhenaten's reign was marked by controversy and dissent. The young prince, Tutankhamun, was thrust into an environment of political unrest and religious rebellion. Yet, these turbulent times didn't deter the boy. Instead, they primed him for a destiny far greater than what most could fathom. Incredibly, at a tender age when most children were absorbed in play and learning, Tutankhamun ascended the throne. He was only 9 years old. Imagine a child, barely out of his infancy, tasked with the immense responsibility of ruling a nation. So, a child was now a pharaoh, the ruler of Egypt, at the tender age of 9. Tutankhamun's reign, while short, was significant. He had the daunting task of restoring order after the chaos of his father's reign. At a tender age, Tutankhamun ascended to the throne of Egypt, inheriting a kingdom fraught with religious and political upheaval. His father Akhenaten had abandoned the traditional deities of the Egyptian pantheon in favor of a single god, Aten, causing turmoil amongst the populace and clergy. Tutankhamun made it his mission to restore the old gods, a move that brought him much-needed support and stability. Despite his youth, Tutankhamun proved himself a capable ruler, navigating complex diplomatic relationships with aplomb. He successfully maintained peaceful relations with Egypt's neighbors, including the powerful Hittite Empire, and even arranged marriages to solidify alliances. His reign was marked by a return to diplomacy and international trade, which had been disrupted during his father's rule. But Tutankhamun wasn't just a diplomat. He commissioned numerous building projects across Egypt. From the restoration of temples his father had neglected, to the construction of new monuments dedicated to the traditional gods, he left a lasting imprint on the architectural landscape of Egypt. His most famous building project, the colonnade at the Temple of Luxor, remains a testament to his commitment to Egypt's cultural heritage. Despite his many accomplishments, Tutankhamun was not immune to the challenges of rulership. He faced several domestic issues, including economic difficulties and periods of drought. Yet, he tackled these challenges with the same determination that marked his religious and diplomatic efforts. Tutankhamun's reign was a pivotal era in Egyptian history, a time of restoration and renewal. He was a beacon of resilience and determination, a young king who took on the mantle of leadership and steered his kingdom through a period of turmoil. His reign, however, was not to last. As his health began to falter, the future of his kingdom hung in the balance. Despite the efforts of his physicians and the prayers of his people, Tutankhamun's life was on a precarious edge. Yet his reign was destined to be cut short. Tutankhamun's death is shrouded in mystery. He was just a teenager when he died, but the cause remains unclear. Theories abound, each as captivating as the last. Was his death the result of a grave illness, a tragic accident, or could it have been a sinister case of murder? Some believe he fell victim to malaria or another infectious disease, common in Egypt's sweltering climate. Others posit that a chariot accident may have led to fatal injuries. And then there are whispers of foul play, suggesting that the young king was the target of a power-hungry adversary. Regardless of the cause, one fact is certain: Tutankhamun's death was unexpected. It left Egypt in a precarious position, with a power vacuum that needed to be filled swiftly. His sudden death led to a hasty burial, but it wasn't the end of his story. Indeed, the tale of Tutankhamun is far from over. Tutankhamun's legacy is not just about his life, but also about his death and the discovery of his tomb. In November of 1922, British archaeologist Howard Carter made an astonishing discovery in the Valley of the Kings. After years of painstaking excavation, he uncovered the nearly intact tomb of the young pharaoh Tutankhamun. This remarkable find revolutionized our understanding of ancient Egypt, shedding light on the rituals, beliefs, and opulence of a civilization that flourished over 3,000 years ago. The magnitude of Carter's discovery cannot be overstated. Tutankhamun's tomb was filled to the brim with over 5,000 artifacts, each a testament to the grandeur of his reign and the reverence with which he was regarded. From the iconic gold burial mask that has become a symbol of ancient Egypt, to the intricate chariots, exquisite jewelry, and even the jars that held his organs, each item offers a vivid glimpse into the world of Tutankhamun. These artifacts reveal fascinating details about the young pharaoh's life and reign. The ornate weapons suggest he was a warrior king, while the multitude of religious paraphernalia points to his role in maintaining the divine balance of the cosmos. The wealth of objects also underscores the massive wealth and resources at his disposal, attesting to the prosperity of Egypt during his rule. Moreover, the preservation of his tomb has allowed scientists to conduct groundbreaking research. Through modern technology, they've been able to reconstruct his life, from his physical ailments to his familial relationships, further deepening our understanding of this young ruler. However, Tutankhamun's legacy extends beyond the historical and archaeological significance of his tomb. His story has captured the popular imagination, spawning countless books, movies, and exhibitions. His name, once forgotten in the annals of time, is now synonymous with ancient Egypt, a testament to the enduring allure of its history and culture. So, while his life was short, Tutankhamun's legacy continues to intrigue and fascinate us over 3,000 years later. Picture this: ancient Egypt, a civilization known for its pyramids and pharaohs. But did you know, one of its most successful pharaohs was a woman, Hatshepsut? Born into the royal family, Hatshepsut was exposed to the intricate workings of the Egyptian court from an early age. Her father, Pharaoh Thutmose I, ensured she was well educated, a privilege not common for women of that time. As a young princess, Hatshepsut stood out. She was not just another royal offspring, but a woman with ambition, intelligence, and a unique perspective. Her life took an unexpected turn when she was thrust into the role of regent for her young stepson, Thutmose III. Yet this was only the beginning of her unusual journey. In a society where men ruled supreme, Hatshepsut shattered norms, transcending her assigned role and laying claim to the title of pharaoh. So how did Hatshepsut, a woman in a male-dominated society, ascend to become one of Egypt's most successful pharaohs? Let's dive into her story. Hatshepsut was not born to be a pharaoh, yet destiny had different plans. In the intricate tapestry of ancient Egypt, the threads of power and succession are often tangled. Born into royalty, Hatshepsut was no stranger to the corridors of power. She was the daughter of Pharaoh Thutmose I and Queen Amos, but she wasn't destined for the throne, at least not directly. A twist of fate led Hatshepsut to become queen by marrying her half-brother, Thutmose II. This was a common practice in ancient Egypt, designed to maintain the purity of the royal bloodline. But when Thutmose II died prematurely, the throne passed to his infant son, Thutmose III, from a secondary wife. Now here's where Hatshepsut's story takes an unusual turn. As Thutmose III was far too young to rule, Hatshepsut stepped forward as regent, a placeholder until the young king came of age. But Hatshepsut was not content with being just a regent. With a deft blend of political acumen and audacity, she transitioned from regent to pharaoh, taking on all the titles and dress of a king. This was an unprecedented move. A woman pharaoh was not unheard of, but it was rare, and none had claimed the full powers and titles of a king before. Hatshepsut justified her ascension by claiming the god Amun himself had chosen her to be Egypt's ruler. She even had herself depicted in statues and carvings as a male pharaoh, complete with a false beard, to reinforce her position. Her reign, however, was not a mere power grab. She was determined to rule, not just in name, but in action. She embarked on ambitious building projects, trade expeditions, and brought a period of peace and prosperity. But Hatshepsut was not content with simply holding the title of pharaoh. She sought to rule and prosper Egypt. With the double crown of Egypt on her head, Hatshepsut embarked on a reign that would leave a lasting mark on Egypt. As soon as she ascended to power, Hatshepsut set her sights on accomplishing great things. her reign was characterized by a series of ambitious building projects, the likes of which Egypt had never seen before. She commissioned the construction of countless monuments, temples, and obelisks, all designed to glorify her reign and the gods she served. Among her most notable achievements was the mortuary temple at Deir el-Bahri, a stunning architectural marvel that would stand as a testament to her power and vision for centuries to come. But Hatshepsut's ambitions weren't confined to building alone. She also launched several successful trade expeditions, expanding Egypt's reach and influence far beyond its borders. Under her direction, Egyptian traders ventured as far as the land of Punt, a region located somewhere along the southern Red Sea. The goods they brought back, including gold, ebony, and exotic animals, not only boosted Egypt's economy, but also enhanced its reputation as a global power. In her public depictions, Hatshepsut displayed a unique blend of masculinity and femininity. In some statues and carvings, she appears in the traditional attire of a male pharaoh, complete with a false beard and kilt. In others, she's portrayed in more feminine clothing, highlighting her role as a woman leader in a male-dominated world. This dual portrayal was more than a mere fashion statement. It was a strategic move, a way for Hatshepsut to assert her authority and command respect from her subjects. Throughout her reign, Hatshepsut demonstrated an uncanny ability to balance power and grace, ambition and restraint. She was a pharaoh who dared to defy conventions, a ruler who wasn't afraid to dream big and aim high. Her reign was not only prosperous but also peaceful, a rarity in the ancient world. Hatshepsut's reign was not only prosperous but also peaceful, a rarity in the ancient world. Despite her achievements, Hatshepsut's legacy is shrouded in controversy. After her death, a systematic campaign was initiated to erase her from the annals of history, likely ordered by her stepson and successor, Thutmose III. Monuments and statues bearing her likeness were defaced or destroyed, her inscriptions chiseled away, and her name conspicuously absent from official lists of kings. This erasure wasn't simply about power dynamics, it was a deliberate attempt to undermine the legitimacy of a female pharaoh. In the patriarchal society of ancient Egypt, a woman holding the highest office was an aberration, a perceived affront to the established order. Yet even in the face of such hostility, Hatshepsut's legacy has proven resilient. Modern archaeologists have uncovered and pieced together the fragments of her story, revealing a ruler of extraordinary vision and tenacity. Yet despite these efforts to erase her from history, Hatshepsut's legacy endures, reminding us of a time when a woman ruled the ancient world. Did you know that one of the most controversial pharaohs in ancient Egyptian history was also one of the first proponents of monotheism? This enigmatic figure is none other than Akhenaten, originally born as Amenhotep IV. His birth marked a significant point in the prosperous 18th dynasty, where he was raised as a prince. The son of the powerful Amenhotep III, Akhenaten was destined for greatness from the start. His mother, Queen Tai, was a strong, influential figure in her own right, further setting the stage for the intriguing life that lay ahead for him. Amid the grandeur and opulence of this era, young Amenhotep IV was groomed for leadership, gaining invaluable insights into ruling a kingdom. However, his reign was destined to be far from ordinary. When Akhenaten ascended to the throne, he set about transforming Egyptian society in ways that were unimaginable at the time. Upon becoming pharaoh, Akhenaten did something unprecedented. He upended thousands of years of religious tradition. This was no small feat, considering that ancient Egypt was steeped in a complex web of deities, rituals and beliefs, each with its own place in a meticulously maintained balance. Akhenaten, however, had a different vision. He single-handedly transformed the religious landscape of Egypt, replacing the age-old polytheistic religion with the worship of a single deity, Aten, the sun disk. Imagine the upheaval this caused. It was akin to toppling a house of cards, with each card representing a different god or goddess worshipped by the Egyptians. Aten was not a new deity. In fact, he was already part of the Egyptian pantheon, associated with the sun and creation. But Akhenaten elevated Aten above all others, to the point where Aten became the only god. The pharaoh even changed his own name from Amenhotep IV to Akhenaten, which means effective for Aten. This was a drastic departure from Egyptian tradition. It was a revolution in the truest sense of the word. Akhenaten didn't just change the structure of the Egyptian pantheon, he dismantled it entirely, replacing a system that had been in place for millennia with a monotheistic belief that centered around Aten. This bold move earned him the title, the Heretic King. But it wasn't just the religious establishment that was shocked. The common people too had to adjust to a new way of worship. a new way of understanding their place in the world, and a new way of connecting with the divine. Yet, Akhenaten's revolution was far-reaching. It didn't stop at religion. It permeated every aspect of Egyptian society, from art to architecture and from literature to daily life. The changes he implemented were so profound that they forever altered the trajectory of Egyptian civilization. But Akhenaten's revolution was not just religious, it extended to art and architecture, forever changing the face of Egypt. Akhenaten didn't just change the religion, he moved the capital city. In a bold move that mirrored his radical religious shift, Akhenaten decided to build a new city. This wasn't just any city. Named Akhetaten, the city was dedicated to the honor of Aten, his god. Akhetaten was a testament to the unique vision of Akhenaten. The city's art and architecture veered away from traditional Egyptian styles, embracing a more naturalistic approach. This was a city that broke the mold, just like the pharaoh who conceived it. But Akhetaten was not destined to last. After Akhenaten's death, the city was abandoned. His successors, keen to return to traditional Egyptian ways, left the city to the sands of time. Yet its ruins whisper tales of a time when Egypt was under the sway of a pharaoh unafraid to defy convention. Akhenaten's city, like his reign, was short-lived, but its impact on Egyptian history was profound. Akhenaten's reign was a period of immense change, but it was not destined to last. As the sands of time trickled down the hourglass of his reign, the sun began to set on this once vibrant era. Akhenaten's rule, revolutionary as it was, came to an abrupt end, possibly due to his death. The exact cause of his demise remains shrouded in the mystery of antiquity, but it marked the end of an era that had challenged the core of ancient Egyptian society. In the wake of Akhenaten's departure, Egypt found itself in a state of flux. The radical changes he had implemented were met with resistance, and the pendulum of power swung back towards traditionalism. The monotheistic worship of the sun disk, Aten, was abandoned, and the pantheon of gods that had been sidelined during Akhenaten's rule was reinstated. The temples that had been closed were reopened, and the priesthood that had been suppressed once again found their voice. It was a return to the familiar, a retreat to the comfort of the known. But the aftermath of Akhenaten's reign was not just a revival of old traditions, it was also a systematic erasure of his legacy. Statues were defaced, his name was chiseled out of stone records, and his city, Akhetaten, was abandoned. It was as if Egypt was trying to wipe out the memory of this heretical king and his unconventional reign. Yet the story doesn't end here. Akhenaten was succeeded by a line of pharaohs including the famous King Tutankhamun, or King Tut as he's popularly known. Tutankhamun is believed to be Akhenaten's son, and his reign, though short-lived, was significant in its own right. He restored the old gods, mended ties with the priesthood, and moved the royal capital back to Thebes. Akhenaten's reign was short and controversial, but it was a time of unprecedented change in ancient Egypt. His legacy, though largely erased, continues to fascinate us today. The tale of this heretical pharaoh reminds us that history is not just a chronicle of events, but a tapestry woven with the threads of human ambition, belief, and the relentless pursuit of change.
The last pharaoh of ancient Egypt. Introduction to Cleopatra. Cleopatra, a queen of unparalleled intelligence and charm, ruled Egypt with grace and cunning during a time of great political upheaval. Her story is one of love, power, and intrigue. Cleopatra's early life. Born in 69 BCE, Cleopatra ascended to the throne at the young age of 18. Her intelligence and linguistic skills, being fluent in several languages, contributed to her ability to navigate the complex political landscape of the time. Cleopatra and Julius Caesar. One of the most famous chapters in Cleopatra's life involves her relationship with Julius Caesar. Their union not only brought stability to Egypt, but also created ripples across the Roman Empire. Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Following Caesar's assassination, Cleopatra formed a powerful alliance with Mark Antony. Their union, marked by love and ambition, ultimately led to their tragic downfall. Cleopatra's legacy. Cleopatra's legacy endures through the ages, leaving an indelible mark on history. Her intelligence, political acumen, and enduring beauty continue to captivate scholars and enthusiasts alike. Thank you for joining us on this fascinating exploration of Cleopatra's life. If you enjoyed this journey through history, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more engaging content. Hit that notification bell to stay updated on our latest releases. Until next time, I'm Futuristic Hideaways, signing off. May history continue to inspire us all.